Yeah, actually, I've been working. I'm a little, no, I'm not. I could be.
You could be what?
I could be stressed and
Um,
annoyed,
mm,
but I am
mm.
choosing to be fantastic.
And that's not lip service, right? That's not like you're gritting your teeth and saying you're choosing. You are fantastic. You are choosing.
Exactly. I am choosing to be fantastic, to
Yeah.
set my mind on it's all good, it's all gonna be okay, because I
Yeah.
know that once I, set my mind in that, that's what my mind is going to try to prove. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your mind will answer any question you ask of it. It will accommodate any request,
yeah. Mhm.
which I think is really fascinating.
Yeah, not only the request, but how what I say.
Yeah.
If I was like, oh, I am something negative, then I would be really that negative thing. But when I
Right.
say, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So and you're working tomorrow too, a little bit.
I am. I'm working on a big proposal for a company in
Mm,
France,
mm.
and they don't do Thanksgiving.
They don't do Thanksgiving. It's just another business day for them. Yeah.
It's a business day. So yeah, I have a presentation at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So
And that is that France? That's Paris time?
it's going to be 4 there, Paris time,
Oh,
4
okay,
p.m.
okay, okay. I was
There's
I was
6 hours.
gonna say that would be, what would that be if it was 10 a.m. in Paris? That would be like
Oh, like
middle of the night or something.
6 hour before. There are 6 hour ahead of us. So,
Yeah,
and yeah, 4 in the morning.
yeah, yeah. So four o'clock on. Oh, it's their 4 o'clock. That's right. So you can
Therefore,
still do whatever the Thanksgiving celebration is that you
oh
do.
yes, yes. And that's a nice thing working with friends because they're ahead.
Uh,
So I am always
yeah.
like the latest for them will always be like the early for me, like not super
Yeah.
late.
You said what, 6 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours ahead?
6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So what do you got planned for tomorrow? I know this is like a
It thanks.
national holiday.
Okay, so we are all going to be with some friends.
Uh-huh.
A good friend's mom actually is hosting, like parents are hosting 26 of us. So it's
What?
gonna be
Oh
fun. Yeah,
man,
I'm
that's
excited.
crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
traditional American. We did all kind of Thanksgiving. We did some years I hosted. Last year I hosted,
Uh-huh.
and some other years we went with other friends from church,
Mhm.
some
Mhm.
other families. Yeah, and I'm very excited about tomorrow. Mhm.
Yeah, and just for that, just for for the two things, right?
Oh, I'm
Big
not
proposal
okay.
and
I should be. I'm excited for the proposal because it's going to be done. It's a
yeah.
project I've been working on for a while now, since I was in France,
Uh,
and yeah, hopefully it's going to work out. It is going to work out because we have a wonderful proposer.
yeah,
So we have an answer to their problem. So hopefully
that's good.
they'll,
Yeah.
they'll let us prove it. And I'm excited for the Thanksgiving dinner. It's going to be at 4, and everyone will have friends there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So is it like a potluck, or is it somebody is catering the whole thing, or
The
somebody's
mom
just
is
cooking
doing
the
most of
entire?
it, but I'm bringing the sweet potato casserole.
Oh, you have to
Funny.
tell me about your sweet potato casserole.
Well, it's a sweet potato casserole recipe that I
Uh,
have from an American friend who used to have it at our church in France. So we spent 3 years in Toulouse,
uh,
and we had a friend. We have a friend there, Annie Leonard. She's American, and she would do when we had parties this
yeah.
amazing dish.
Uh,
And we asked her about it, and she said, oh, it's a sweet potato casserole. And I think she would do it on Thanksgiving. I think the church would celebrate, or she would celebrate Thanksgiving, although it was in France and we didn't know it. And then she
uh,
would
uh.
bake a lot of it, and then she would just give us some.
So is it like when I think of sweet potatoes, I think of like the casserole. it's the sweet potatoes are cooked so much and they're sort of whipped. It's a whipped consistency. It's kind of like
No,
mashed
like
potatoes, maybe even
it's
lighter
like
than that.
it's mashed potato. So I mash it. So it has
Okay.
butter. It has a lot of sugar, and it
Yeah,
has
yeah,
a
yeah.
crust, a pecan crust on
Oh,
top.
pecan crust.
Yeah. So
So
it's
that
like you could
is
eat it like a
that is high food.
dessert. It's like a dessert, and actually, it's really, really good. You remember
Yeah.
yesterday, I don't like sweets, but there are some sweets that I really like, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, you can sort of say, well, it's savory because it's potato, right?
yeah,
You
sweet
know, it's
potato,
sweet
but sweet
potato.
potato is sweet on its own. You don't need anything. But this, you add sugar and you add butter and you
Mhm.
add pecans. So it's
I
just
like the pecan. I like the pecans idea.
like
That's
the
the like the usual thing that you hear about in the United States is the marshmallows on
yeah,
top. With the
that yeah,
marshmallows on
I've
top, you put
seen
it in the
that. I've
boiler,
seen
and
that. I have to say this one is really good, and I make it. And yeah, usually when I'm invited, I just
yeah,
ask to.
pecans. That's a great idea. I couldn't do that
It's
with
I can send you my
Corvo.
recipe. It's
I
so
might
good.
try it with me, but Corvo has when Corvo was little, she had nut allergies, peanut allergies, and things like that.
Oh,
So we just stay away from anything nuts,
oh,
like in a
still.
recipe. It's still just as a precaution. When she was maybe 12 or 15, she tested negative for everything except peanuts
Mm,
and some shellfish, I think.
okay.
But yeah,
Yeah. It's like my Noah, he is allergic to hazelnut, and I knew it
uh,
because,
uh,
and that's very sad for him because he just loves Nutella. And
yeah.
he's been eating Nutella, but he would have, some breakouts. And
It was pretty mild.
Noah,
Yeah,
uh,
it wasn't like life threatening
no,
anaphylaxis.
not life threatening, but like a lot of,
Yeah,
either like acne, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
resistant acne. And so I don't buy Nutella anymore. So I do crepes on Sundays during the winter, like now.
Mhm.
And sometimes he'll be like, Mom, you sure you don't want to buy it? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And it's sad, but yeah, he would eat it anyway. Like he's allergic to seafood, but he loves it. And the
Uh-huh.
doctor said, just to let him have it.
Like what
uh,
specific, like
Shrimp,
shellfish,
shrimp,
crustacean,
shrimp,
shrimp? Okay.
shrimp, and he loves shrimp, so he can have a little of it, and it's not.
Uh,
She said, because it showed that he's allergic to it, but if it doesn't do anything to him, he can have a little.
yeah,
So he would
yeah,
still eat shrimp and Brussels. He loves all of the oysters and stuff,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
mostly shrimp.
It's
That
good stuff. Good stuff.
anyway.
So you're just making sweet potato casserole with
Yes,
potatoes.
I'll bring the
Okay.
sweet potato casserole and ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. Oh, we gotta have
Three
ice cream.
gallons
Yeah.
of ice cream. Yeah. Somebody else is bringing the pie, and I don't know what the whole menu, but I assume it's going to be fantastic.
Right. Probably turkey. Maybe some. I'm doing actually. This is a new thing for me this year since uh, the people who will eat meat will eat this. This is I'm doing a New York roast. So
Oh, like
I'm having beef for Thanksgiving.
that's
I'm not gonna
good.
do
That's good.
I'm not gonna do turkey, and I didn't want to roast a chicken, and I thought, well, we'll have cranberry sauce. We're gonna have we're not gonna have sweet potatoes. We're just gonna have like au gratin potatoes. I don't know how you say it in France. I'll butcher it, but
Gratin de Finois.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yeah. Straight out of the joy of cooking, I'm going to do that. Usually, I do that at Christmas, but this year, since that goes so good with beef, I'm going to do that for Thanksgiving. And it's for those of you who've never cooked this. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
It's like potatoes basically cooked in cream,
Cream. Oh, I
cream
know.
and
Yeah.
lots of butter. And you put cheese on top, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The gratin de Finois, I have a way to do it. I do it in my Dutch oven, my
oh yeah,
little
that would work out
and
really
then I
well.
put it
Yeah,
directly in the oven.
yeah.
And the way I do it, it's just milk and the potatoes
Mhm.
and a lot of nutmeg
Yep,
and
yep.
a little cheese.
Yeah,
But it's
sometimes I'll put a little garlic in it as well,
garlic.
just
Yes, I
like
do
just a
garlic.
hint of garlic, and
I
that
do a lot of garlic, fresh
yeah,
garlic.
yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's quite exciting, and I'm going to practice my. This was probably 12 years ago. We have a mandolin
Yeah,
that,
mandolin. Yes.
so I was not being as cautious as I should be, and so I sliced open my thumb one time
Oh.
when I was making it. So now I learned that lesson
Mm,
really well. So, but that's exciting. I made cranberry relish last night. That was my
nice.
last night
How do you
project.
make that? That should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's there. I do two varieties. I do one is just cranberry, just fresh cranberry and navel orange. And you
Mm.
put that, you chop that all up in a food processor and you mix it together. You can add a little sugar, like the recipe I got from Joy of Cooking said add a third of a cup. I don't, that's
You
me.
don't need it. Yeah.
I
The
like
the
maybe,
cranberry is orange is
yeah, the
already
cranberry and orange. So I add like maybe a teaspoon of sugar.
okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
And then the other one I do with cranberry is roasted poblano peppers, roasted bell peppers, cilantro, a little bit of orange juice and orange zest with the
Mm.
cranberry.
Mm.
And then season it with a little sugar, but also salt and pepper. So it's just like a
Nice.
savory, it's almost like a salsa.
Nice. That
And
should be
that's, yeah,
very
I've done that every year for like 22 years, I think.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be feast for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you going to eat? I know we were going to discuss this yesterday. Are you going to eat throughout the day or are you just going to wait until?
I don't know. I don't know how I'll wake up.
Uh,
Maybe I won't eat until dinner, or maybe I'll eat, from morning. Again, I don't have, it's just how I feel.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
religious about it. So yeah, but usually in the morning, I'm not hungry. I
Yeah.
just coffee. But if we decide that we all want a nice breakfast, so I'll do breakfast for everyone. So we'll see. I don't know yet. But I was thinking, and maybe we'll have this conversation tomorrow because today is more festive.
Yeah.
But I have a master's degree in communication. So communication is super important to me. And it doesn't mean that I am a great communicator. I am learning that I could still be much better. I could be
But you are a good communicator. You're a great communicator right now.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And I could be a better listener.
Yeah. Well, we all can. Yeah.
And I noticed that I could be very actually insecure and feel not safe
Mm-hmm.
when I am interacting with someone who is not a good communicator, like somebody who won't answer, for example, a text, or somebody who will choose to, withdraw and not really talk and all of that. And I was like, okay, is it because I am a good communicator, or just it's because I have a lot of insecurities? Because if you're talking to someone and the person doesn't answer, my mind can go and, start making stories. We're meaning making machines, right? Or story.
Yes. Yeah.
So I can go, and so I was thinking of that, and I was like, oh, it's maybe James and I should have a conversation.
Well, I think that's rich with possibility for discussion, because I was just thinking when you said that it is about me and Corvo. I mean, we're better now, but the high school years, the middle school years,
yes.
it's like, and for a long time I sort of took it on myself as like, well, maybe I'm not a great communicator, and maybe that's why. Or maybe I'm saying something that's offensive. But then I remember, it's like when I was 12, between 12 and 18 or something, it was almost like the last thing I wanted to do was have a conversation with my dad,
Oh yeah.
it's just, and so once for me, I got to where it's like, well, that's the way we have precious moments where we have great communication. We have other moments where we're choosing not to communicate, and that's okay. It's fine. But actually, I wanted to say, as far as a miracle, yesterday Corvo asked me out to lunch, and we went out to lunch. So that was pretty cool. And we just had hamburgers and just talked about
that's nice with your
everything. So,
daughter. Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's fun. Anyway, I was like, if I am to date someone one day, I will not date someone who is not a great communicator.
Yeah.
Somebody like who will not return a text, or play the dead for 2 days and 3 days.
Well, yeah, but I think also it's good for us in our relationships with others to make sure that the expectation is not unstated.
Yeah, just to
You know,
talk. Like
yeah.
the expectation of communication.
The expectation of communication or what this means, or I have it is different with different people in my life. There's some people I don't talk to them for 10 years and it's not a big deal, and there are
Yeah,
others that
of
yeah.
course, but it's when you're in, I mean, when you're in communication with someone,
Mhm.
it's when there is an open dialogue, and then all of a sudden, like like all of a sudden the communication stops,
uh
and
mhm.
without both people being complete. I learned the
Yeah, yeah,
notion
yeah,
of being complete with landmark, and it's
yeah.
very important.
Mhm.
If there is, for you to be done with a story, with anything, you need to be able to have said what you need to say. If
Yeah.
like there is a relationship or something that stops without you having to say, having the opportunity to say what you need to say, you still carry it. So it's
So
important.
you don't want to, in another way of putting it is, you don't want to leave it hanging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's even the word that was used, but I'm not very familiar with it.
Yeah,
But
you
they
leave it
say,
hanging and there's
yes,
no.
you don't leave
Yeah.
anything hanging, you just
Yeah.
complete everything,
Yeah.
and that's important. And I've noticed that in my past relations, friendships mostly, uh, we let a lot of things sometimes hanging,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
closing really. So
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
remember a specific one, I try to go back to it and, just make sure that I'm completing it. Because that's also how you heal. It's how you grow,
Mhm.
how you're better,
Mhm.
not leaving things hanging, nor letting
Yeah,
them
yeah,
hang
yeah,
or
yeah.
leaving. How do you say? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's well, we are at time. It seems
Yes.
like
Okay.
it always goes so fast.
Mhm.
But anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us. And
Thank
tell
you.
us
Happy
if you're watching
Thanksgiving.
it, tell us in the comments what you're doing today. If
Are we
you're
are we hosting tomorrow? It's Thanksgiving. Um,
Am I?
are we hosting? Are
I
we?
am. I am. Are we hosting? Are we going someplace? Are we?
Let's do a quick one then tomorrow. Just
Yeah.
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 Okay. We'll see you tomorrow
All
then.
right. See everybody. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's good. That's good.